We out here, you know.
So when you thought about naming, the your new EP, Bronx Mentality, what was that inspiration behind it?
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Yvonne. That wasn't even my idea. That was my brother's idea. You know what I'm saying? He heard me. You remember? I know you remember the song "Next Up," right? You heard that before, right? Yeah, he heard it. He was like, "Got it." He said, "Yo, we calling your new project Bronx Mentality." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Say no more." You know. So I think the only thing I did with that project was giving the idea to my single cover, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Everything he did that. Like normally, you know how I'm into everything. He
Mm-hmm.
did everything. I ain't gonna even lie to you. All I did was come up with the idea with the promotion. But as far as that go, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Even on that project, that was my brother was all over that. You know what I'm saying? Because he asked me to let him do everything. And you know me, I don't trust people, but I say, you know what? He know my style. Let me let him do that. Of course, you already know he did with me and you. He just did that. I didn't even know he did that. He was like, "Yo, watch what I did." He said, "You know, with your with the lady you did with Yvonne." I was like, "That you did with Yvonne." I was like, "Who, my publisher?" He was like, "Watch what I took and how I freaked y'all interview." And then I heard it. I was like, "Oh," I said, "I gotta let Yvonne hear this." I was like, "This is crazy." You know what I'm saying? He said, you know what, he said, what intro I use, right? He said, "You remember the girl from Belly?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember the girl from Belly, the one that played DMX wife." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You remember the movie uh, she was in with the Italian dude?" I was like, "Oh, Bronx Sales?" He was like, "Yup, that's what I'm using as the single to represent the BX." And man, when I heard the intro and then I heard our outro, whoo, I was like, "Man, this is gonna be fire."
Yeah, that it was on then, huh?
Yeah, I did, and then I saw where I actually lived at. See, it's cool to see the Bronx, it's beautiful, but that's like where I actually live. So to see the buildings where I lived at, I
Oh,
was like,
that's what
oh,
that was. The building, actually, your actual building.
well. I'm came out wrong. Let me correct myself. Excuse me. But what I mean by where I lived at, I meant to say that section. You know what I'm saying? That's like when I get off the train. That's where I would walk to get to, to my area. So that whole, because Parkchester is pretty big. You got the east, you got the north. Where's the east, north, south, and west? Yep. So I don't even know what side that is. I can't even remember. But I what I live, because I live by McGraw Ave. So yeah, I think, yeah, that's the east, I believe. Is it? No, I lived in the south. Yeah, I lived in the south side. Yeah, south side of Parkchester. So man, it was just ill when my brother did that. Because I remember I used to go right there. You know what I mean? They like it changed a little, but it's still like the same. Because as years go by, certain things get rebuilt, but certain things stay the same. So just seeing that building still there after all these years is like wow. Yeah, and I know exactly where that's at. When you get out the train and you got to cross the street, it's right there. I think Citibank is still there if I don't make no mistake. So when he did that, it just brought me back to, oh my gosh, yo, this is home. This is
What year
home.
did you leave? What year did you leave New York?
2015. So it's 10 years now.
So you
And
had just started with Pose when we met, right?
yep, yep. Just started. Yep. Because I was trying to get my life together when I came out here, and then that's when I connected with you with the virtual city. That's the first interview I did with you. When you that's when you still, well, I'm pretty sure you still have it, but that's when you was repping virtual city hard before you switched it to this. You know what I'm saying? So, which I like I said, I know you still have it, but that's when you was using virtual city at the time, because that was my first interview that I did with you before you changed it to what it is now. So yeah. So
Yeah, because
we know.
Virtual City, the full name of the incorporation is in the Virtual City, but everybody just always just did it short, Virtual
Oh
City.
yeah, Virtue City, yeah. Yeah, because I remember my first interview, because when I did it, I was already out here when I did it, because I